A major fundraiser for the Republican Party announced this week in an article for The Bulwark that he is, in fact, not only quitting his job as a fundraiser, but he is leaving the Republican Party because it has become, as he says, far too corrupt. Now, the individual happens to be a man by the name of Miles Brunner, and he has served for over a decade as a Republican fundraiser for the last 5 years. He has served as one of the top fundraisers for the Republican parties at a firm called Campaign Solutions. And they're a big deal. Like, if you know politics, if you know the money situation and all that, you know of Campaign Solutions. And this guy was one of their top fundraisers. This guy could get money from anybody. He was that good at his job, but he says, I can't do it anymore because of how corrupt this party has become because of Donald Trump. And he's not saying, of course, that all the corruption lies with Donald Trump, but Trump's corruption, obviously being at the top, has caused all this other corruption that we see on a daily basis among people who aren't even connected to Trump. He created this environment where the corruption and the immaturity and the hatred has somehow now become so commonplace in the Republican Party that it's completely, a different animal than what it was even a decade ago. But here's what he said, and I want to read a lot of this because it really is such a good message to anybody still sticking with the Republican Party. Since Donald Trump descended that golden escalator in 2015, the Republican Party has devolved into a cult of personality that mirrors the worst authoritarian regimes of the last 100 years. The GOP has become increasingly corrupt, while Trump and his supporters in Congress have been the driving force behind the right's descent into despotism. It's people like himself that have also helped it, and he can no longer be a party to that. I worked inside GOP circles through Trump's takeover of the party, his initial downfall, and his resurgence in 2023, 2024. At every step along the way, I rationalized, compartmentalized, and found excuses to stay tethered to the party, even as I grew to believe it was undermining the foundations of our constitutional republic. I have decided I have finally had enough. My ego is not so large that I believe I played a significant role in putting Trump into office. But he said, I'm fully aware that any excuses at this point won't justify why I stayed so long and will only sound like thin attempts at rationalization to alleviate my personal guilt. Maybe they are. I know that the fact that I've finally taken action doesn't on its own bring me absolution. That's not what I'm looking for here. And I want to stop right there because my initial response, like reading through this, it's like, oh, okay, oh, no, I'm so sorry. I'm not responsible. I love that he's like, listen, I did this. I'm not even asking you to forgive me, okay? I'm not looking for that. I love that. That, to me, is what makes this more sincere, more honest, and I do absolutely love that. So, Miles, full marks for adding that, because that absolutely makes it. And then he adds this. For those who remain and who harbor doubts about what the Republican Party has become, this is my message to you. I know the thought of walking away from your career and your familiar social network is terrifying. I urge you to recognize that our nation is heading down a very dark path, but it's not too late to change direction. And that's the point, isn't it? It's not too late. If you are in this party, you are right now aiding and abetting what is happening with this administration. Whether you want to admit it or not, you are. Every step along the way, it doesn't matter if it's a local Republican Party, if it's a state level, whatever. You're working for that guy. And that guy is spreading corruption around like it's Halloween candy. It's all over the place, and you are a cog in that machine. But you're a cog in that machine by choice. You can leave. I promise you, you can take those skills you have working for a political party and go work for a different political party. Work for no political party, but for yourself, for maybe independent candidates. You do have options. Those skills you have are transferable. So it is on you if you decide to stay. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.